Hey everyone, myself Supriya. This is a documentary film about the political economy, big agriculture influence, and subsidies. Today, I want to talk about something we don't usually think about when we pick up groceries, the massive influence on big agriculture has over our own food. From corporate control to government policies, this system affects everything from the food we eat to the farmers we grow. So let's dive into it. We usually imagine wide fields, hardworking farmers, and fresh produce, but in reality, much of our food system is run by large corporations, these big agri companies. Small farmers, the major struggles due to corporate influence in agriculture, which controls markets, seeds, and pricing. This often leads to unfair contracts, rising costs, and loss of independence and income for the smaller farmers. Community garden visits Southside Community Land Trust, Rhode Island, which I was recently visited this community garden with our teammate and with one of our professor in the last semester. I had an opportunity to talk to one of the farmer and he shared his inspiring place about the Southside Community Land Trust. This isn't just a garden, it's a heartbeat of the community where soil, seeds and stories come together. We met one of the long-time farmers here, someone who's dedicated more than a decade of his life to this land. His joy was contagious, who could see in the way he handled every plant, every seed as if each held a promise for the future. This isn't just individual work, it's a well-organized team. There's a food safety auditor ensuring everything grown in clean and healthy, a dedicated office representative which is right next to the garden, and people managing the greenhouse, supply chain, and the local distribution. They grow everything from greens, tomatoes to fruits, grains, and all the seeds. And what makes this even more special is many students volunteer here from the universities which is being nearby to that community, giving their time to support sustainable farming and promote nutritious food. They have built strong relationship with their neighbors, making sure what they grow finds its way into local homes and kitchens, fresh, affordable, and rooted in care. Sending a day here filled with hope and gratitude, these farmers, despite the pressure of corporate agriculture, a day filled with smiles, reminding us to the real change. Now, next comes with the big agriculture. First, we enter about the political economy. Let's discuss about how they dominate the US farmland. They get tons of support through subsidies, especially from the Farm Bill. This bill is meant to support agriculture for the local farmers, but instead they support the corporate people which has the big agribusiness for their income. So this has been left behind, and that's why it's hard to make healthier and local food choices. Barriers: access, affordability, lack of knowledge, limited time. Explains. So it's about all the money which the political economy is dealing, which is not supporting the local farmers. Instead, they are supporting this. This graph tells a story about where our agriculture insurance companies are really going. From 2011 to 2021, the US government made billions in payments both to farmers and to insurance companies. The teal bar shows payments made to farmers meant to help them recover after losses, but look at the yellow bars, those present compensation to insurance companies. In several years, insurance companies received nearly as much or more than the farmers themselves. For example, in 2015 and 2016, the payouts to insurance companies surpassed those to the farmers. Even in 2021, both were almost equal. This raises an important question. Is the crop insurance system really serving the farmers or to the insurance? Understanding how these billions are split help us to see the deeper issues of who truly benefits from agricultural policies. FDA and USDA confusion how they are into our current United States of America. They are into overseas both the food system but as each over into their separate roles which overlaps and contradict each other. This confusion especially affects small farms who don't have to team. And this is a short video.
Food in America is making us sick. It's driving the highest levels of disease and suffering in our nation's history. And our food system is putting our farmers in economic crisis with most American farmers having to work a job off the farm to make ends meet. Why? Because giant, consolidated multinational food corporations make massive profits off of this broken system. More of us have to be aware of what is happening. Our food system is designed to support and subsidize ultra-processed junk foods and not the foods that our doctors are telling us that we should eat most of. Think about this for a second. More than 90% of our federal food subsidies go to the foods that can make us sick, and less than 10% go to the foods nutritionists say should be the majority of our diet. That's why kids in communities all across the country go into a community grocery store and they see a Twinkie-like product cheaper than an apple. Cheap, ultra-processed, subsidized foods, subsidized by your tax dollars, in our farm bill now make up about 73% of the foods in our grocery stores. The leading cause of death in America now is poor diet. Half of Americans, for example, are diabetic or pre-diabetic. What makes this all worse and corrupt is the chemicals in our food system. There are ingredients in our foods that should not be there. Chemicals that are linked to cancer and hormone disruptions. Many ingredients that are banned in other countries. Our food system hurts everyone now. These big companies have controlled our policy in Washington for too long. So for years now, I've joined with others to build a coalition to fight back. From rural farmers who just want to make a living, to parents who just want breakfast cereal that doesn't have harmful chemicals in it, to teachers who know that their kids need to be nourished to learn, to healthcare providers who see that food is what is making people sick. And now we need everyone to join our effort, to join this coalition. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, or independent. This isn't a partisan fight. It is literally a fight for our lives. Look, join me, join us. Please pass this video along and let me know if you are ready to join the fight.
Solutions: incentives, education, expanding funds. Conclusion. So, what's the takeaway? We can't leave our food system in the hands of corporations alone. If we want safer, healthier, and more accessible food, we have to support reforms, local farms, and community initiatives, whether it's choosing to buy local or pushing for policy change. We all have a role in shaping our own future of the food. These are the references which I used for this documentary film. Thank you, everyone.